It is 9 at night. You got up from the couch to get a glass of water. Your dog got up too. You walked to the kitchen. They walked to the kitchen. You stopped. They stopped. You turned around. They turned around. You have done this exact dance 100 times. Maybe you laughed about it. Maybe you called them your shadow. Maybe you figured they were just bored or hungry or a little too attached to you. But here is the thing. Your dog has a bed. They have toys. They have a whole house full of things to do and places to be. And yet the second you move, they move. Every single time. Without fail. That is not boredom. That is not hunger. That is not anxiety. That is a decision your dog made about you. A real one. Permanent one. Made in a moment you were not even watching for. Most owners live with this their entire life and never find out what it actually means. You are about to. Let us start with what most people believe, because it sounds completely reasonable. Your dog follows you because they want food, or attention, or because they cannot handle being alone. And look, sometimes those things play a small role. But here is the problem with that explanation. Think about your dog right now. They follow you right after eating. They follow you when you are doing something completely boring. Folding laundry, brushing your teeth, sitting in a quiet room doing nothing at all. No food, no reward, no excitement, nothing in it for them. And they still come, every time. So if it is not about reward, what is it actually about? In 2014, researchers at Yavuz University in Budapest ran a study that made behavioral scientists stop and reconsider everything they thought they understood about dogs. They wanted to know one thing. Do dogs follow humans out of habit or out of something far deeper? What they found was this. Dogs do not follow people randomly. They do not follow strangers. They do not even follow familiar humans the same way. The behavior is specific. It is directed. And in 79% of the dogs tested, it was almost entirely reserved for one single person. Their chosen person. Not the person who fed them most. Not the person who played with them most. The person their nervous system had quietly classified as safe, trusted, and theirs. And here is the part that stops most people completely cold. That classification, that internal decision, cannot be trained. You cannot command a dog to attach to you. You cannot schedule it or force it. It happens through something researchers call social evaluation. Your dog watched you, over days, over weeks, over months. They noticed how you move, how you speak, how you respond when things go wrong, how steady you are, how safe you feel. They were paying attention in ways you never noticed. And then, in one quiet moment that passed without ceremony, they decided. But here is where it gets really interesting, because that decision is not just a behavioral preference. It is written into your dog's brain chemistry. Scientists at Asabu University in Japan published a landmark study in the journal Science, one of the most respected scientific publications in the world. They measured oxytocin levels in 30 dog owner pairs during normal daily interaction. Oxytocin is the bonding chemical, the same molecule a mother's brain floods with when she holds her newborn for the very first time. When a dog follows their chosen person, stays close, checks in, maintains proximity, their oxytocin levels rise. And so do yours. At the same time, across two completely different species. The researchers then tested the same interaction with dogs and strangers. With dogs and familiar humans who were not their primary person. The response was dramatically weaker. In some cases, almost nothing. This neurochemical loop only fully activates between a dog and the specific person they chose. Your dog's brain is responding to you in a way it does not respond to anyone else in the world. Every time they follow you from room to room, that loop is quietly running. Their body telling them, stay close to this one. This is the one. Now here is the part nobody talks about. And once you understand this, you will never see your dog the same way again. Following behavior in dogs is not just attachment. It is protection. In pack psychology, the ancient system still running underneath all the domestication, You do not let your bonded companion leave your sight. Not because you are clingy, because in the wild, the moment you lose track of your person, anything can happen. Separation means vulnerability. Vulnerability means danger. Your dog knows your house is safe. They know there are no predators outside your kitchen door. But the part of their brain that has been running this protective software for 15,000 years, that part does not fully switch off. A study from the University of Milan found that 83% of dogs continuously monitored their owner's location throughout the day, even when the owner was not interacting with them at all, not waiting for a walk, not anticipating food, simply tracking, keeping eyes on the person they had decided was theirs to protect. Your dog is not following you because they need something from you. They are following you because they decided you were their responsibility. But here is what most owners never think about. This decision your dog made, it was not automatic. It was not guaranteed. Dogs who have been in difficult situations, shelters, unstable homes, places where they did not feel safe, they do not follow freely. They hold back. They observe. They wait. Because following someone completely, giving them your constant presence, your full attention, your proximity every hour of every day, requires something first. It requires trust. And trust for a dog is not given. It is built, slowly, through the way you come home every single day, through your tone when something goes wrong, through every small moment where your dog watched you and thought, okay, this person is steady, this person is safe, this person is mine. Researchers studying 97 rehome dogs found that the emergence of strong following behavior was the single clearest indicator that a dog had fully bonded with their new owner. Not tail wagging, not excitement at mealtimes, not playfulness. Following, the quiet, room-to-room, constant presence that most owners take completely for granted. The day your dog started following you everywhere, that was the day they finished deciding about you. If this is already changing how you see your dog, subscribe. Every week we decode exactly what your dog is doing and why, for owners who actually want to understand. Now keep watching, because what comes next is the part most owners never hear. There is one more thing you need to know before this video ends. If your dog suddenly stops following you, if a behavior that has been constant for months or years simply disappears one day, do not brush it off. Dogs do not abandon deep bonding behaviors without a reason. Sometimes it is environmental. A new person in the house, a change in your schedule, a shift in your energy that your dog has picked up on and does not know how to process yet. Dogs are extraordinarily sensitive to changes in their environment. Things that feel minor to you can feel seismic to them. But sometimes it is physical. Veterinary researchers have documented that withdrawal from following behavior is one of the earliest detectable signs of pain in dogs, appearing before any visible limp, before stiffness, before a single obvious symptom. A dog who stops getting up when you get up may not have lost interest. They may be hurting. And in dogs over the age of 8, disrupted following patterns are a primary early indicator of canine cognitive dysfunction, a condition affecting an estimated 35% of senior dogs that most owners miss entirely until it is advanced. Your dog cannot say something is wrong. Changed behavior is the only sentence they have. If the following stops, pay attention. Get them checked. Because a dog who decided you were their person does not just stop following you for no reason. So tonight, when your dog gets up the moment you get up, follows you down the hallway, and waits outside the door while you brush your teeth, understand what you are actually watching. That is not habit. That is not neediness. That is not a dog with nothing better to do. That is an animal who watched you carefully, for longer than you will ever know, and made a quiet decision that you were worth staying close to, that you were safe, that you were steady, that you were theirs. And every single room they follow you into, every doorway they wait outside, every time they settle at your feet without being asked, is them keeping a promise they made to you without a single word. Now you know what most owners never will. They decided you were worth following. And in 15,000 years of dogs and humans living side by side, That decision has never once meant anything less than love. If this video changed how you see your dog, hit subscribe. We are here every week for owners who want to truly understand their dog. And drop a comment below. Does your dog follow you everywhere? Tell me which room they follow you into most. I read every single one. And if you want to know what your dog is actually thinking when they stare at you from across the room, that is the next video. And what the science discovered will genuinely surprise you.